Good evening, everyone. My name is Ditanyan Sye, owner of DS Home Inspection Services. A little bit about me. I'm a certified master home inspector. I also teach the pre-licensing course here in Maryland. My service area as a home inspector is Maryland, Washington, D.C., and Northern Virginia. And I teach the pre-licensing course in Maryland at the College of Southern Maryland for those who are aspiring to become home inspectors. And I also coach aspiring and new home inspectors and how to become successful home inspectors. So that's a little bit about me. Tonight, going to go over how you can use customer service and reviews to increase your inspection fee. And feel free to ask your questions as we go throughout. AJ is going to moderate, so if there's a question, he'll just pause me, and I'll be sure to answer any and all your questions. So let me start the presentation. All right, so here's our agenda. So talk about customer service, things that you should do before the inspection, during the inspection, and after the inspection. There's some suggestions. Reviews, how to leverage the reviews, the purpose of reviews, how to barter for reviews. Then I'm going to share some examples of some recent reviews that I've received. And then I'm going to share with you guys how you can go about getting reviews via your inspection report, email iteration, text messages, and then how to ensure that you can get those 5-star reviews. So setting up reputation management. So I'll show you how to set that up to ensure that you get those 5-star reviews. And then we'll talk about how you go about increasing your fee based on all the stuff we will have covered. So why to increase your fee, and then how to justify your increased fee. And all these things I put into practice. So before the inspection, so a welcoming website. So have a user-friendly website. Your website should basically serve as your virtual assistant. If you have to speak to every potential client in order to gain their business, then your website is not optimized, in my opinion, to a way where customers can reach you, visit your website, see everything that they need to see, and just go ahead and book you for an inspection. And I've had several examples of that. Have upfront pricing and the ability to get an online quote. Again, this makes it easier for the client to see what all you offer and get a price so they can make a decision. I'm going to share my screen really quick so you guys can see my website. So my website is dsinspects.com. Feel free to visit my website and get any ideas that you can use, borrow, wordsmith some things if you need to. I received a lot of compliments from fellow inspectors, mainly my clients, on how professional my website is, as well as real estate agents as well. So, I have an opportunity where folks can get a free quote. They can schedule the inspection online. So then I let them know I'm a certified master home inspector. A little video. I'm not going to play it, but you can look at it at your leisure if you like. What sets us apart? So things that I offer, and then the value that I create for them to choose me. So these are the things that comes with home inspection to entice them. And then just on the homepage are some samples of some reviews already. And then right from the PowerPoint that we're about to get to continue is one of the things that I do, not a lot of inspectors do, but I offer upfront pricing. So a lot of people they don't want to be shocked. So I have here, my inspections start at $425. And then if they want to see the entire fee schedule, they just come down and it just breaks it all down here. So they can see exactly there's nothing hidden. Mileage, age of home, all that stuff is there. The cost of reinspection. So everything services that I offer, they can see a breakdown what that is. And then they have an opportunity to click over here to get a free quote. And then they can make their decision to book right online here. And then I just have a plethora of things here. So agents can look to see and I have testimonials on the website, further supporting, how fantastic of a home inspector I am in their eyes. So their colleagues can potentially have some faith in choosing me. And then all the different services that I offer. And I offer quite a few different things here. So a lot of times clients will come through, and the goal is to get them to stay on your website for more than 2 seconds. And the fact that I offer a lot of things, because a lot of folk want to have a one-stop shop. They want a home inspector that can satisfy basically all their needs. And if you're able to do that, that greatly increases your opportunity to gain their business. And then sometimes they'll get to learn things that they didn't even know was even an option for them. So that's the basics of my website. I have a review page on my website. So in the event they did not go and see me on Google, they can see me right from my actual page of different reviews that have been left. And I am a 5-star rated home inspector. And then get an opportunity to see some sample reports so they can get an idea of what types of reports they're going to get. And I offer a whole bunch of options here so they can see exactly how their reports will look. And when I interact with clients, I ask them, hey, have you checked out the sample reports? And many of them say, yes, I have checked out the sample reports. So by all means, visit the website and take any ideas that you can from the website. And then you can feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is on the website as well as in the PowerPoint as well. So I have the upfront pricing and ability to get online quote. So I just showed you that. Phone etiquette. So answer your phone as a professional. I always, sometimes I just call other inspectors just to see how they engage the public. Some people just answer the phone, hello. People don't always know if they've actually reached the right number. So when people will call mine before, I've recently now switched over to a call service because I was just getting inundated with so many calls. But before then, there was a greeting on my business line, let them know they reached DS Home Inspection Services. And then when they would click one and then would come to me, I would answer the phone. Good morning, good afternoon. This is Ditanyan. How may I serve you? So they know who they reach. They already know, and it's a professional greeting to them. Um, be professional in your tone and use of words. I don't use any slang when I'm talking to the clients. I'm in professional mode the entire time. And the third bullet, this is kind of a unique thing for myself and showing that I care about my clients. So when I'm engaging with my clients, I am listening to any questions that they have or their particular situation. And then there have been plenty of times where I've actually turned down the service where I just given them the advice, like, hey, you don't necessarily need me. There's no need to pay me. Here's a solution or a better option for you. And so I'll show an example of that a little bit later. But I generally care about my clients and to help them get a resolution, especially if it's a standalone, like mold inspections, lead, stuff like that, because that's a real serious situation they may be going through. So I listen to them, and I'm not just all about the money. So a quick example, a young lady was having an issue with her management company, and she had mold inside her unit. And so when I did the testing, before I did, she booked me. Um, she had got some other quotes, and then she asked her family which one should she go with, and she said, her family said, well, you should go one that you trust the most. And so she chose me because she said my prices were a little higher, but I showed that I cared and I just wasn't about the money. So she didn't mind paying the extra cost because I came across as a caring professional, not somebody that just wanted to get her money. And so I was able to help her out and gave her some great advice to how she can move forward in interacting with the management company by using the protocols from the county on what her rights were as a tenant. And so she found that to be very helpful And then she was able to get out of that situation and get into a brand new situation. And so she was so appreciative. This happened last year. And so my wife's birthday is in December. And she had went back to her home country and she had just happened to come back and was like, hey, I have some gifts for you. And so she was nearby where I was taking my wife out in Virginia, and she met us and gave us all these gifts. So I was like, "Hey, to my wife, like, hey, I bought all these gifts from you from overseas." But it was just a fantastic gesture, and it was just a matter of how I made her feel. And I subscribe to the notion of people may not always remember what you've done for them, but they will always remember how you make them feel. And so that's what I go by, and I want to make my clients feel at ease. I saw a note or chat come up there. A question, AJ?
It was more of a comment. It's just Marcelo agrees that he definitely supports showing your prices.
Oh, yes, fantastic. Yes, because a lot of customers don't want to feel like you're taking advantage of. Like there's one price for one person and there's another price for somebody else. So knowing for them to know upfront what the pricing is, this goes a long way in kind of separating you from other folk, because they may want to be making a decision right then and there. So answering your phone. So I'm going to go back to that. So when I'm doing my home inspections, I don't do it anymore because I have a call center now. But before I had a call center, I would let my clients know before the inspection that if my phone rings, I'm going to answer it because there may be some business, but I won't take long. And then I would let the potential client know that I'm in over inspection. And I'll give them a call back. But answering the phone is one of the main things that can get you business because you're the one who actually answered. There are plenty of home inspectors where because I just test them out sometimes. Call, they just have a voicemail. You reach, 359-6669. Leave a message as a tone. I have no idea if that's a professional business number or not. No, no actual voicemail for them to leave a message or greeting on their voicemail. It just does not show professionalism. So treat your business, as a profession and be professional within your business. So be professional in your tone and your use of words. Like I said, I don't use any slang when I'm talking with my clients, and then I always show that care. So clear communication. So provide a detailed explanation of the inspection process via email or phone. So via my email iterations, I use Spectora software. So I have the actions set up to kind of send out all those automated emails explaining what all comes with the inspection, how the process is supposed to go, send confirmation emails and appointment reminders. Both the clients and the agents really seem to appreciate that because some folk have very busy schedules, so they are reminded, like, oh yes, got an inspection to get to. And then set the expectations. Explain your role in the inspection process. So when I am, at the inspection before I engage in it, I let the clients and the agent, whoever's present, know that at this moment, I hold all the liability on the home. So I ask that you look with your eyes, not your hands. Do not open anything except for doors, but don't try to open windows. Don't turn on any sinks and any stuff. Let me do that because that's why I'm here. It's very difficult to replicate a defect. Let me be the one to inspect the entire home. If you have a question about anything, by all means, let me know, and I will look to address that as I continue the inspection. And I let them know what my process is, where I start on the outside, then I work my way on the inside. And then I use a lot of videos in my inspection reports. And so I let them know that I'm not crazy. So you're going to hear me talking. I'm not crazy. That's just my disclaimer. But when you hear me talking, that's just me doing the videos. And then if I do need to speak to you directly, point something out to you, I'll call you by your name so that you can come and I can explain whatever it is that I see that's maybe of an urgent matter. And then I explain the whole inspection report, what red, blue, and orange, or red, orange, and blue are in the inspection report for material defects, orange defects, and blue defects. Now, this is the part where my clients, I put my clients at ease for the most part. So, red is material defects, things that can cause imminent harm or greatly devalue the property. And I say, well, hopefully, we don't see a lot of that. Primarily going to send a report. Orange and blue. Orange are major defects, and blue are minor defects. And then when I talk about the major defects, I let them know, and the agents like this part of my opening spill, is that all major defects aren't created equal. As a home inspector, my job is to point out everything great or small to allow you to help you make an informed decision about how you want to move forward with the property. But every major defect isn't created equal. For example, there may be a missing handrail leading down the basement steps on the outside. That may or may not be that important to you as a potential home buyer of this home. However, if there's shingles missing on the roof, that's also considered a major defect. And you would decide, along with your agent, how you weigh those things. And so I also share with them that look at the entire report. So when you see minor defects, don't ignore minor defects, because minor defects can potentially become major defects. So you want to go through that whole process with them to make sure they read the entire inspection report and not just look at the videos. And then I also let them know that I do not prioritize with them. I do not say you should focus on this, you should focus on that. My job is to give you all the information so you can make an informed decision. And I'm here to answer any and all your questions to help you make that decision as to how you want to prioritize. And then when you look at the inspection report, even though you may see 58 defects, don't get caught up on the number of total defects. Just get caught up on the number of defects that are the most important to you, and that number probably will shrink down. So once I give them that kind of lowers their anxiety level. It lowers the agent's anxiety level, because some agents feel as though their home inspectors killed the deal, which it's not true. Sometimes the home just commits suicide, and it's not really the home inspector. But some home inspectors do step out of their lane and say things that they shouldn't, present gloom and doom to clients. So it's all about how you present your information as well. So I explained to them, that the inspection is, safety inspection. It's not a code inspection. So it's, there are things that are related to code, but I'm not, looking to see if everything's currently up to code, because we're not required to do that as home inspectors. Then during the inspection, so arriving on time, I'm always at least a half hour to 45 minutes early for my inspections, just so I can just see what's going on. And I don't like to be rushed. Dress appropriately, bring all the necessary tools and equipment. So make sure that you have, your batteries, your backup tools, all those things, so that you are ready to do the entire inspection, that you're not unable to do something because you left something home, or you just simply don't have it at all. The client involvement, and this can vary a little bit. So I always encourage my clients to attend. However, because of the reputation that I have now, a lot of clients choose not to show up to the inspection. They're like, he's got it. We feel we trust him. So the way one of my unique marketing positions, kind of talk about this a little bit later, is my report. And when if you look at my sample reports, you'll get an idea of, you'll see exactly how my reports are done. I have a ton of videos. So one of my unique marketing positions to my clients is, even if you're unable to attend the inspection, the report is filled with so many inspections, you'll feel it, so many videos, you will feel as if you were present for the home inspection. And that was one particular case, one way I actually got an inspection over someone else. So real estate agent that I work with, she usually just refers me among two other inspectors. And so I was the second one that he called. And when I shared with him, hey, I use videos throughout, it make you feel like you're there. Because a lot of clients trying to juggle their schedule. So if now they feel as though there's a guy they can trust, and they're gonna be able to see a whole bunch of videos for the entire thing, he was like, I'm sold. You don't have to say nothing else. So that's how I got that inspection, just based on how I do my home inspections. So do encourage the clients to attend, but if not, I answer all their questions after the fact. So I welcome questions and provide clear, jargon-free answers, but I typically ask them to hold off on their questions towards the end. I don't want to be answering questions all the way throughout the process. That slows me down and also can throw me off track for my process of how I do my inspections. So you want to set the expectation with the client on, there's going to be times where I just need to go do what I need to do. And then if you have any questions, by all means, just let me know and I'll go ahead and address them a little bit later. Use plain English. So my reports are jargon free. So I don't use, the exterior cladding was defective. I just simply say the siding was damaged, the brick wall was damaged, in layman's terms, so the client can stay with me and not be disconnected in the process. So I'll point out positive, both issues and positive aspects of the home. Um, well, this one is is a good thing to do as far as the systems operating properly. But one of the things that I clearly share with my clients, because one of the questions that I get from clients all the time is, hey, would you buy this house? And I say to them, my opinion does not matter. I'm not the one buying a home. And I do not give a home a stamp of approval, nor do I give a home condemnation. My job is to simply just gather all the information and present the facts to you about the home as I was able to retrieve them. And answer any questions that you have to help you decide how you want to move forward. And then sometimes folk want to press a little more and reiterate the same question. It's like, well, I understand all that, but I just want to know. And they try to throw the little sob story, I'm a single mother, etc. And then I come back, because liability is a real thing for me. So I say to them, well, it's unethical for me to give you my personal opinion whether you should or should not buy this home. And surely you don't want me to be unethical. And they're like, oh, no, 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 no. I wouldn't actually do all that. So that's why I was saying to you that my job is to give you all the information so that you can make an informed decision. I can't give you my personal opinion whether you should or you should not buy the home. So I just kind of, walk that path and I always stay in my lane. As I tell my students, uh, when I'm in my home inspection lane, my vehicle has no blinkers because I do not go to the left or to the right. I stay in my lane through the entire process, before, during, and after. There's nothing ever off the record. I've had home real estate agents actually off the record. No, ma'am. There's nothing off the record. Anything related to this house is always on the record. And I get the same answers because liability is in the frontal lobe for me, never in the back of my mind. So reiterate to let's see, provide context for the severity of any problems. So yes, when you're pointing out defects, so this is where explaining something such as cracks in the foundation, the difference in cracks. So not all cracks are created equal. So really kind of explaining that to the clients and then explaining to them, for me, what reaches the level where a structural engineer needs to come out. So I kind of explained that whole process. Either there are cracks present, here's some of the things that I look for, and if it doesn't meet that threshold, just a foundation contractor, should be able to come out and further evaluate this here. And so kind of ease their fears on that. And I also let them know that everything can be fixed. It's a matter of who is going to fix it. And that's why you've hired me to give you all the information to make that informed decision. So reiterate your inspection process to your client, follow a systematic approach to ensure that no areas are missed. So that's why I tell them to hold off their questions so that I can just make sure that I have my process, how I do it throughout, because it's easy to get thrown off. So take detailed notes and photos and reports. I also have the videos. And of all the folks that I've talked to, from real estate agents to even students taking my class, I've heard no one say that they've seen an inspection report like my inspection report. So my inspection report allowed me, is a marketing tool that allowed me to get my VIP agent. I had never met her before, and somehow she got a hold of my inspection report, and she was like, she's a broker. She was like, I want to make you my preferred home inspector. And this was me 5 inspections in 2020. I had just started my career. And the reason why I did videos in the first place, because I just want to make sure that I just covered everything because I won't be able to get back inside the home. So I just recorded everything. And so it just became a part of my whole process. And as a result of that, and I refined my approach with it. that it's a very useful tool for the clients and the agents. One of the things that I share with the clients is a picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is worth 10,000, because the video provides irrefutable evidence as to what was going on at the home at the time of the inspection. And so it gives the agents a good opportunity to negotiate with the seller's agent around, here's why we need these things done. You can clearly see X, Y, and Z via the video. And then I also share with the clients that although you have hired me, I have a responsibility to the seller as well to leave their home in the as best I can the same condition as I found it, because you can walk away from the deal, and there's still whole ownership of the home. So I have to respect their home as well, even though you're hiring me to inspect the home. And that's why I reiterate: look with your eyes, not your hands. Let me do the inspection. And then after the inspection, deliver your report in the timely manner. My reports come out the same day. That's one of my unique things as well. Just the industry standards basically is 24 hours, but I send mine out the same day. Include clear photos, descriptions, and issues found. I've heard several complaints where folks see images that are blurry, they can't really make out what's going on. So make sure you have the proper equipment so you can take quality photos and or videos. Organized report in a very logical, easy to navigate format. I use Spectora. It's a very lovely platform to use. If you have not used that software, hopefully your software presents something like that, but Spectora makes things very easy to navigate. The communication. So reach out to the clients to ensure they receive and understood the report. This is where a lot of home inspectors are lacking. So one of the things that I do that separates me from other folk is I always tell my clients, I'm going to follow you within 24 hours, whether you reach out to me or not, with your questions. A lot of times clients do have questions. For some reason, they may be hesitant to give a call to ask, because some people just don't want to feel like, dumb for asking a question. And so there have been plenty of times I call the client and they're like, oh, I'm surprised that you called. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you calling. As a matter of fact, we do have questions. And then I proceed to answer all their questions. And then I make myself available. So I had a client one time, I called him. He's like, well, my wife is not here. I said, well, when will your wife be available? He said, 7 o'clock. He said, will you be free? And it's about being intentional in your language, what you say to your clients, right? So he was like, are you free? I said, I'll make myself available for you and your wife. And so that made him know that I made him a priority, to answer his question. So 7 o'clock came, I called on time. I'm a stickler for time. Called him at 7 o'clock, answered he and his wife's questions, and that led to me getting a great review from them. Offer to walk through the reports, promptly address any questions and concerns about the findings. That's the job of going through the report thoroughly to make them feel at ease, and then helping them prioritize how they want to move forward. So InterNACHI provides some additional things as well. So if you have some professionals that you feel like you can recommend, you can do that. I have a partnership with some other folk, the Quick Fix and through Repair Pricer. So when I use the Quick Fix, when I send that report out, it comes with contractors. So when the repair estimate comes up, they can choose and work with them to choose contractors to come out. Because I tell the clients that I don't directly refer anyone and say, hey, use this person. I say, here's some people that I know. And I request that you vet them so that you feel a level of comfort to move forward with them. But I'm not telling you should use this person or that person. So InterNACHI has some great resources that you can use to share with your clients, seasonal maintenance things and stuff like that. So I encourage you to use all those options in your email campaigns, or you can print them out as flyers and just give them and put inside of a folder for your clients. Oh, and I did mention one thing. When you show up, I have my little vest here, because you never know who's watching you. Yeah, it disappeared. And I have an ID here so folk know who I am. And it has a home inspector on the back, has my license information, all that stuff. Sometimes you have nosy neighbors, right? So when they see me, I think my background is causing it to blur out. So it lets them know who I am, has my logo on the back, DS Home Inspection Services. DS Home Inspection Services. And also, when you're doing inspections at night, so it has the reflective things in it so that I can be seen by oncoming vehicles as well. So that's a safety thing in addition to be a professional as well. All right. So are there any questions? At the moment, I see some things popping up. I don't know if they're just comments or.
Just mostly comments.
All right. What are some of the folks saying?
Gifts would be against the law in Massachusetts, and can't refer people en masse unless you want to lose license.
Oh, yeah. We don't want to do that. We want to follow the law. Leveraging reviews. So laying the foundation via the good customer service transitions into getting 5-star reviews. So I am a stickler for providing great customer service before, during, and after the inspection. And so in leveraging reviews, reviews, Google reviews in particular, help build trust, improve online reputation, increase your visibility. 93% of consumers say online reviews influence their buying decision because potential customers find themselves in the review. So any angst that they have, when they look at reviews of the clients, if they can get those things answered, then that builds up their confidence and trust and wanting to use you to do their home inspection. So positive reviews improve rankings in the search results. It's social proof that your business is trustworthy. And a lot of inspectors do not do this. Responding to all reviews can boost your SEO, your search engine optimization, which allows you to move up in the rankings organically. So here's another way to leverage reviews. So use bartering to increase your reviews. So this particular review here, I did not do a home inspection or provide any service for this client. She called and she was referring to a issue that her neighbor was doing some work on his property that potentially was impacting their property. And so I shared with her, well, there's really no need to come out, have me come out, because all I'm going to do is just say, confirm your suspicion if it's there and recommend that you hire a qualified professional. And so, you can see this review here. So, she was very thankful for that. So I was like, well, hey, if you appreciate that, if you could just take the time to leave a review, I greatly appreciate it. So although I did not do any inspection for them, I got a 5-star review, and this one was left on Trustpilot. And because my name is Ditanyan, oftentimes it's unique spelling of it. So this client spelled my name correct, but you'll see in some other reviews, it's close to being spelled correct. So as I said before, potential client found themselves in reviews. So this client, Sydney, see Ditanyan, a couple of letters left off, again, left a review on Trustpilot. And I'll talk about Trustpilot and some other ones in just a second. But this is what she shared. And so as other clients look at this, potential clients, they can find themselves like, oh, okay, well, he makes himself available to respond to questions. He's pleasant. He's helpful. And so a lot of people want to be able to feel at ease so they can kind of have a conversation style with the inspector, because some folk are intimidated by this entire process, this whole buying process. So here's another review that I received. This was for a deck inspection. And this gentleman is a professional reviewer for Google. So that was nice to get him to give me his stamp of approval as well. He talks about that he found it affordable, easy to book, because the way my website is set up for him to just go through, because he just went on, I didn't even speak to him. He just went on the website and booked the inspection. And then this one here, this one, and this one is a husband and wife. And so if you have couples, always encourage them both to leave a review separately if they can. Right. So the wife left this review. This was a new construction review. And when you do a good job, a lot of clients tend to be very expressive in showing, why they are giving you this 5-star review. So it's always great to get the actual review where they share their experience than just getting 5 stars because it doesn't provide any context as to why they gave you 5 stars. So it's nice, but it's great to actually have them leave an actual detailed review. And so this just helps other potential clients find themselves in the review, especially if they have some angst. And so, I won't read the entire thing here, but one of the things that she shares in here is that how the home inspector worked for you, and that it's well worth it because a lot of folk who are buying new construction don't really understand that whole process of how that works. And then the husband left me a review as well. And again, the more expressive, the more potential clients will be able to find themselves in it. And then this is from one of my current students this semester, where I teach at the College of Southern Maryland. And so, she's very expressive and, it lets potential aspiring home inspectors see, but also potential clients to see, how my students view me as well. And so if I'm able to take complex information and make it easier for them to digest for my students, then them as a client probably feel that they're going to receive the exact same type of treatment because they don't really understand the whole home inspection process, all these different defects, what does it mean? And so, this type of review helps provide some ease as well. So how do we get these reviews? So they're not easy to come by. People are well-meaning, but they just always make the time to do so. So you got to provide an assortment of ways for them to actually leave you the review. And don't be hesitant in asking for the review. So one of the ways in my inspection software, I have it at the end of my inspection report, a review of experience. And so, it says I strive to provide high quality and value with each inspection, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's a link for them to leave me a review of their experience. If for some reason they don't do it that way, there's a whole email iteration. So it goes out, 3 days, 16 days, 30 days, and even 90 days out. And then have some other, headlines there. I offer a housewarming gift as well. Not just with the reviews, but just as a reminder within that gift, how they can claim their free gift, housewarming gift. If you haven't left a review, by all means, leave the review. And then sometimes when I'm just talking to the client, here's an example of how that email looks. Just want to say thank you again for allowing me to perform your home inspection. Could you please take a moment to leave a review of your experience? If you've already done so, thank you. Your review will help me provide great service to other potential clients. Use the link below and thank you in advance. So if any of this here, is something that you feel as though that you can use, by all means, borrow it, use it, tweak it to your needs or what have you. And then I send a text message. So if I talk with a client and I just finished up the conversation with them, and I'll ask them, hey, is it okay if I send you a text or email to get a review from you? And which is your preference? So this is the email, right? So thank you again for allowing me to conduct your home inspection or whatever service I provided, whether it's mode or what have you. I hope I was able to meet or exceed your expectations. If you could take a moment to leave a review of your experience, I greatly appreciate it. Below is a link for your convenience. Then I insert the link there. But the link, and we'll talk about it in just a second, where that link goes. It does not go directly to Google. So reputation management. So we want to ensure that we get 5-star reviews. And because sometimes there could be a misunderstanding and a client will give you a lower review than anticipated, but once they put their review up there, now just public knowledge. So if you have a webmaster or you can do it on your own, here's how you want to potentially set it up. So when I insert that link, when they click it, it takes them to this page. And it says, how was your experience? Let us know your thoughts. So they click the smiley face, it's going to take them, well, it's going to take them here. Leave us a review. So now they can choose Google, Trustpilot, or the Better Business Bureau. That's where I get all my reviews from. And the reason why I have Trustpilot and the Better Business Bureau there as well, because a lot of folk have checked for me on the Better Business Bureau and used that as a reason to actually hire me. And a lot of clients don't want to use Google. Some people just want, anonymity, so Trustpilot allows them to not, reveal any information. And so I give my clients different ways to leave reviews. So that first one that I showed you, the young lady who spelled my name incorrect, she has a Google account, but she chose to leave a review on Trustpilot. Doesn't make me any difference. I appreciate it one way or the other, but I encourage you to give your clients multiple ways to leave reviews, because if they, are adverse to Google, and that's the only option you have, you won't get the review. So we don't want that. So I encourage you to offer, different ways to get it. So if they said that they did not have a good experience, right? They chose the solemn face here, could be better. Well, they get this, and they get to do the star rating there, and then they get to fill out the information, and that email will come back to me. Now, I'm knocking on everything, wood, air. I've yet to receive one of these emails from here, but I still send it out nonetheless. I don't take it for granted that someone won't. But to this date, I've yet to receive this here. But if you do receive this here, this gives you an opportunity to self-correct, make the client whole, and then if they feel right. So when we get here, so you send the link, email, text. Instead of your Google link, follow immediately the client, chooses that could be better option. Address the client concerns. If they appear to be satisfied, ask them, have you earned a 5-star review? And if so, send them your link again. If they still do not believe you earned it, they're just not satisfied for whatever reason, I don't recommend you send them the link again, but just reflect on that whole experience and just learn how to be better about that whole situation moving forward. Now, let me just give you a quick example of what happened with me on Monday. I guess it was bound to happen. So I did a new construction post drywall inspection, and I inspected the wrong house. So the addresses were the same. So the street and then the backing of one home came to the street, and the front of the other home, but they were right across the street from one another with the exact same address. And I went to the one on the right instead of the one on the left. And so the client sent me the email saying, I'm a text saying, hey, you inspected the wrong house. I was like, huh? So it's like, oh no. And this was on Monday of this week. So I had inspections scheduled for Tuesday morning and afternoon. And I said, well, I won't be able to come out there until Wednesday. And she was like, that's going to be a problem. So I was like, okay, let me get a call back. So I rescheduled, reached out to my other clients, was able to reschedule, push the morning appointment to the afternoon, and then the afternoon appointment to today. And so I called the client and said, hey, I can be there tomorrow morning. And she sent me a text saying, hold up, I have my meeting with the builder tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So I'll give you a call and let you know. But I was feeling as though like I can't really wait because I don't know when she's going to give me this call. So I just got up Tuesday morning and drove up to the property. And so when I got up there, I was going to see if I could get with the building project manager and see if I could do the inspection. So when I get there, I pull up to the wrong house across the street on the right side of the street, but still at the wrong house because I'm a little flustered, right? So talking to the project manager, he's like, no, it's here. So I said, let me call the client, right, to let her know I'm here. So when I called the client, project manager was like, yeah, you're at the wrong house again. Very loud. I'm like, Lord have mercy. So now I done shattered all the confidence that this lady has in me to do this home inspection. So um, Builder was like, hey, you can come back in the afternoon. So when I called the client, I was like, yeah, I can come back. She's like, look, I don't even know. She's like, I'm a little concerned that you keep going to the wrong house. And so I'll just give you a call back. So about 20 minutes went by and I sent her this heartfelt text message, explaining to her, this has never happened before. And then I would refund, half her money to do the inspection still. And if she didn't want me to do the inspection, like I'm just done with you, I'll just go with what the builder gives me. So I'll give you your full refund. And then I'll actually do the 11-month builder's warranty inspection for free, right? Because she was already, having some challenges with the builder up front. And so now I just added this extra layer of stress to her. And she's a first time home buyer. And so I felt really bad about the whole situation. So when she called me back after she got the text message, she was like, hey, she asked me how was I doing. I was like, I'm not doing too well because I put you in a bad situation. She was like, hey, you make mistakes, I make mistakes, you make mistakes, we're all human, it's okay. And so she was like, she kind of misread my text. So she was like, I can't let you do the inspection for free, right? So she said, what do you want to do? I said, no, I'll just give you half your money back. And then I explained to her about the 11-month building warranty inspection. So now we were kind of back on the same page. She's like, the reason why I reached out to you because you're a 5-star home inspector. I said, yeah. And then I know, you're wondering which version of this home inspector you got now because all this bumbling that's going on here. But I said, I assure you, I am a competent inspector. So I went out there yesterday, did the inspection, and then, sent her a picture with a thumbs up in front of the home. She sent me a, text back, with a smiley face. So now we're back on good accord. So I do the inspection, do a very good job of the inspection. She sends me a text saying, thank you, very detailed report, very easy to read, all those different things. And then she said, I can't wait to go and leave your 5-star review. And so what she shared with me was that she really appreciated the sincerity in the apology and acknowledging the additional stress that I had caused her, right? And being apologetic for that. She was like, in the days where people just don't apologize. And, I didn't just do it for fluff, but I really sincerely, felt really bad that I put this young lady through that. And so it all worked out at the end. So I was able to make her whole. So it's not always how you start, but it's how you end it to bring back the client satisfaction. So that was a very recent event there. So I sent her the text, and so hopefully she'll leave the review. But she seemed very enthusiastic to want to leave the review. So reputation management. All right. So get through here. So why should you increase your fees? Well, one, we don't want to race to the bottom. So a lot of inspectors try to, beat the market, right? But we don't want to come across, as cheap. Nobody want to attract cheap clients because they devalue us. And then we don't want to compete for the worst clients. You earn more with fewer inspections. So this year I've earned roughly $25,000 more this year with fewer inspections. And the year isn't even over yet. So it gives you more flexibility in your schedule for a better work-life balance. And I'm really appreciating that. So here's some inspections that I've had recently, right? So here you see $18.99. And this inspection did not include a home inspection. So I received this amount of money without doing a home inspection. So while in septic, I partner out the septic part. My net from this was about $1,300. With this one here, this is the first client that gave me that review. $1,874. These are the services that she booked. Got the complete mold inspection. $1,874. Now, when I first started, I'd be thankful to make $1,874 for a week, let alone in one inspection. So the goal for most home inspectors is to make $1,000 in a day. So usually that comprises of doing at least 2 home inspections, maybe some ancillary services added on to total that $1,000. Here, I'm getting well over 1,000 with one inspection, and I only do one full inspection a day. And then if I get an inspection in the morning, I block my schedule in the afternoon and vice versa. One of the things I share with my clients is I don't do more than one inspection because I want to be able to give you all of my attention. I don't rush, and I don't want to be able to say to my client, or feel as though I'm rushing through because I got another appointment to get to. That's not fair to the client. And then this one here, complete mode inspection. And the thing about all these inspections, and this was from a commercial one. The thing about all these inspections is I never spoke to any of these clients before they booked. They went to my website, saw what they saw, checked out the reviews, felt very comfortable, and just booked the inspection. I didn't speak to them at all. There was no interaction. So again, if you have to speak to all your clients to book them, that means you're not fully leveraging your website. So I recommend you optimize your website so that it can do the selling for you, where clients can go in. And these are big ticket items here, right? So the trust in me was there, where they just felt the need that I can pay this gentleman $1,874 upfront and then pay before I even saw them. New construction. So this client here, I did 2 inspections for her. Now I spoke with her, 1,174 here, and then 1,600. I just gave her a discount through the mode inspection and for free here. So this one would have totaled roughly 1,800, but between the two, about $3,000 from this client. And so this allows me now that I'm earning, for one inspection, well over $1,000 for one inspection. It really frees up my schedule. So whatever quota that you may have for the week, once you exceed that, you can block your calendar out for the rest of the week if you want, if you met your quota. And then this is an inspection I got coming up on Friday. So this is an indoor air quality. This is not a home inspection. Indoor air quality. For those of you that do that service, you know how non-invasive that is. But the fee is $9.99, right? So that's going to be the indoor air quality, mode testing, and the complete mode inspection, where I'm using my thermal imaging equipment, all that stuff. But this is going to take me about 90 minutes or so to do this inspection and earn $1,000 roughly. So how do you justify? You got to know your worth. You got to have your unique marketing position. What sets you apart, right, from the other home inspectors? Adding value to your clients, right? So when they come to my website, they see all the things that they get from the home inspection, all the things that come with the standard inspection, the termite inspection, the home energy report, the repair pricer, the repair estimate report. All those things are standard with the inspection. They got to pay me for my expertise. I'm a certified master inspector now, and all the trainings that I received, and the social proof, right? So those reviews shows that I'm worth every dime that I get paid. So unique marketing position, why should someone choose you to be their home inspector? So you got to have that kind of laid out as to what sets you apart. I got about 15 different things. I've shared some different things throughout this presentation that sets me apart from the competition. Adding value. So you can see here, these are the things that comes with a standard home inspection. And then folks still do add-ons as well. So they get the termite, home binder, repair estimate, home warranty, the InterNACHI home maintenance book, the home energy report, and then they chose to do the add-on, right? And then I took that up to $825. And then I also offer buy now, pay later. So that gives us another option, right? So offering that buy now, pay later allows them now to add more services, because now they don't have to pay the full cost up front. My experience, right? So, I am certified master inspector, and I also teach a course for aspiring home inspectors. So that, shows that, the perception is I'm really good at what I do. May not be true, but the perception from the client is I'm very good at what I do. And then my certifications, being a certified master inspector. And then here's a great thing. My transcript is right there on the internet. So InterNACHI allows, and I look at a lot of websites where folk are InterNACHI members, but they don't have their transcript on their website. So I recommend that you put your transcript so your clients can see, yeah, this guy's qualified. He's done this, that, and the third, right? And so you can see all the advanced courses that I've taken. etc. So I recommend that you add that feature to your website if you have not done so. And then a social proof. So, I have 160 Google reviews, 5 stars. Trustpilot with their weird algorithm, but all 5-star reviews, even though it's a 4.7, all 5 stars. I'm finishing up now, AJ. And then more social proof, right? So even on Better Business Bureau, 5 stars, A+ rating. And then on my website, when they click reviews, they can see a whole scroll of reviews there for the different sources, whether it's Trustpilot, Better Business Bureau, or Google. Then here's a recap, right? So we talked about, what you to do before, during, and after inspection, how to leverage the reviews there, the purpose of them, barter if you can. So sometimes you don't actually have to do the inspection to get a review. And then, request them and then use the different strategies of getting them, whether you embed it inside your inspection report, email iteration, text messages, and then set up your reputation management to ensure that you get those 5-star reviews. And then, you deserve to get more money for your inspection. So leverage all the things about you so that you can justify getting it. And then here's my contact information for anyone who wants to reach out to me. I have my own home inspection course that I provide as well. It's A to Z to help folk through the entire process. If you're an aspiring home inspector, to prepare for national exam, how to launch your business, and if you are a current inspector, have a whole segment on how to grow your business and have the success mindset to get out of your own way to be successful. So you can reach it at dshcoach.biz, or you can reach it through my actual website as well. Are there any questions that I can answer in the last 4 minutes? And if you're interested in getting the course there is a promo code for NACHI to get it at a discounted price that's on the current website there. So you save more than what's there. And by all means, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. My email address, but I did put on the slide here, is just info at dsinspects.com if you have any questions.
Awesome. Well, guys, I noticed that you guys have a conversation going on in the chat regarding the laws in Massachusetts between bribery and gifts and all that. Continue that conversation in the forum. Go take it to the forum and let everybody else see it and get weighed in on that. We do have one question from Kevin. He asks, what is your approach to marketing your services?
So I do direct to consumer. I do not rely on real estate agents. I do have partnerships, but my marketing via my webmaster is to, with my keywords, the search and optimization. So when folk type in different things they're looking for, I pop up at the top of the page. And then I also have the Google local services ad as well. And so most of my business comes from folk actually calling in to book my services. And then every once in a while, I also have my agents that I work with refer their clients over to me as well. But I do not solely rely on agents for my business. And here we are at the slow part of the season, and my schedule is booked out all this month and is rolling into December. And I've only had, with that, 2 agents that I worked with before give me inspections. Everything else has been folk I've never met before.
What's the average cost for liability insurance annually?
Well, that depends on your E&O. So I have a $1 million policy with mine, but you can have it higher. But if anybody asks you about that, if a client asks you, I would say I have the minimum state required insurance. That's probably what I should have said on this live. Because you never know someone trying to set you up for a lawsuit.
All right. Well, we're wrapping up here. I want to remind everyone to visit nachi.org/webinars and see what we got coming up next and register for the next one. We got one more question here. Oh, nope, we don't. All right, guys. Well, with that said, I hope everyone's having a great Thanksgiving Eve. Hope everyone stays safe and, have a good time these next couple of days. Spend it with family. Stay sane. I'll see you guys in the next webinar. Ditanyan, thank you for your time. You have a great Thanksgiving as well, man. The recording is going to be available tonight, and it should be up on Austrian platforms later. You guys have a good night. Have a good Thanksgiving. Good night, guys.
Thank, thank you, everyone.